with no place else open for them to go, you were okay with that. So if that's changed,
I believe they
then-
need to keep the car in our
so your
area.
opinion on this has changed?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Felt my opinion before that.
I'll take, no, sir, I mean,
That's
that's
just my
fine.
opinion.
I
One
appreciate it.
person doesn't count anyways,
I understand.
so.
Yes,
I
Why
wouldn't run
why
up
would they
and-
leave the
here's-
township?
Here's correspondence.
I think
Anybody-
the BM Ridge Road, his house was on fire.
I don't know what was there.
So,
Well, I know it was there when his
I don't
house
know
was
the
on fire.
answer. I know it was on fire, but
Excuse me,
I don't
folks.
think it was a dead end.
if you have a concern about the way the guys are conducting themselves, you bring it to Doug or one of the other supervisors' attention, and we'll address it on a case-by-case basis. I don't want to drug into a bunch of drama that we don't have anything to do with. But to answer your question, which isn't drama, it's a legitimate question. So the guy's working down here, he wants to grab something to eat. He runs 5 minutes down the road, he goes to McDonald's or Cheddar's or something, he brings something back, he does his paperwork, he eats his food in here, no harm, no foul. There's really no place, unless you want to eat at the
Is he
BP.
is he on the clock when he goes out there?
Yeah, he is.
Then, I don't really believe they should be out there.
No, I appreciate that,
That's my personal opinion. I worked away from home for years. I couldn't come home for lunch. If you couldn't do it, you packed a lunch.
no, I understand that, but that's something I allow my guys to do as long as they don't abuse it.
How do you curtail the abuse?
Well,
You
so,
don't. Once you open that gate, it just goes and goes, and everybody says, well, that's okay.
Well, that's
He's
on-
only out there today. Next thing you know, they're out there every day.
well, that's on the presumption that that's the type of people they are. I don't feel my guys are.
Well,
What happens if they're down there and something major happens back this way?
So I'm willing to bet that on the nights that Anonymous saw him down there was an officer on in Buffalo Township as well.
Oh,
They're not, the guys are, they gotta do the paperwork for this, they gotta do the work for this, they're not out running around, I mean, you guys know your officers. Look around and watch what they're doing. I mean, they're showing up on calls, when one of our guys is tied up, guys will come from home to come to your house to help. Come on, I mean, I will talk to my guys about it, but my position is, unless the board directs me otherwise, if a guy wants to run down to McDonald's and grab a cheeseburger and order fries and bring it back here to do his typing, at this point, I have no problem with it. If I'm directed to do otherwise, I will.
I think the board should direct it otherwise. I don't think they should be out there, guys.
Okay.
I don't think any of it, I don't think whether police department or road department,
Oh.
if they're not on business, that vehicle should stay in our municipality.
How does the insurance cover the police car if they would be in an accident out of state?
No, totally. Absolutely. Same with me taking a car home. Your policies, 20 years before I came here, authorized me to drive a car back and forth to work every day. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, it's auto insurance, they're covered. I just did an extradition to St. Clairsville, Ohio 2 years ago.
But you were in business.
Sure. It's
How
the
about
same
now
insurance.
pick up lunch
It's
isn't
no
business?
different. Yeah, no, it's no different.
If he's on a paid lunch, I agree with you. Is he on paid lunch?
Yes.
They get paid for their lunchtime.
They don't have a lunchtime. If they can
Yeah, they
eat
don't
lunch,
have
they
that.
can.
They're on call
Yeah.
at all.
If they work from 8 to 4, we pay them for eating lunch.
If they get to eat lunch, yes.
Yeah.
Most times they don't.
That's the standard.
Police officers don't get a lunch.
You can ask
Yeah.
the
There
chief.
is
They
none.
can't eat a sandwich going down the road.
They can.
Sometimes
Sometimes they
you
do.
do.
I don't think we
Once,
should.
once they put that uniform on and come to work, they're on call. You have to pay them.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
They can't clock out for half an hour and eat lunch. It's
Yeah.
not-
Okay, I just asked.
All right, where we at? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Road Department, he couldn't be here, and I have it. Old National Slip has been repaired. It will need asphalted once it settles. And we will take this opportunity once again to commend the road crew. They did a fine job and did it quite fast.
Very, very much so.
What happened?
They were working on a slip and it was down to one lane basically, and then when they were working on it, it gave way and the whole thing was a big
It
hole.
was impassable to one, even single lane,
What caused it? Plug pipe, water line, what?
separated pipe.
Yeah.
Because, and that caused the slip?
Yeah, it was on the upper side of the road, the joint Am I correct, Ed? Wasn't there a pipe part? That's what,
No, the pipe separated when the road slipped.
Oh.
What was the cost for that?
you have to be determined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't got all the bills yet.
We had to rent some equipment, rented a dozer, sheep's foot roller, and a bigger excavator.
Who'd you rent it from?
IRC, ICR,
The only one that can deliver it in such a short notice. We
who had a sheep's foot roller.
called
Contractors Connection, we called
Contractors Connection. and
everybody in
Knickerbocker-
the area.
Knickerbocker, Wilson, they were the only ones that could get it to us in a short period of time. McAdoo's
In
went
fact,
to.
McAdoo's went to pick it up.
Yeah, because even they couldn't deliver it, they didn't have a delivery truck. So we contracted McAdoo's to get it.
Barriers have been placed on Grimes Road, but the road is not open as per the engineer's recommendation.
Question,
Cutting back brush, yes.
is the township paying for that repair or is Range Resources?
Which one?
The Grimes Road?
That's
Yeah.
yet to be determined.
Because if it push comes to shove, that, when they put that road in, they put it in incorrectly and they didn't meet state standards, they should be liable.
That's what we're trying to determine.
Yes. The engineers determining that, they went out, looked at it, and they're leaning towards what you're saying.
All you have to do is go right down and see all the slag laying in the road.
But
That
we have
should've
to,
been
we have to
shot.
have a legal basis to go after them. You know what I'm saying? We can't just go say, this is what we saw. We have to have somebody with a degree, just the nature of the beast. But,
But that shows that it wasn't done correctly.
yes, you're correct.
Hey, Mike, just as a, trying not to interrupt, but if we can qualify him as an expert, his experience, we might be able to use his testimony. If you've witnessed something and saw that it didn't match, let me know, we'll talk later.
Okay.
Cutting back brush and
Okay,
trees.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, just jump in.
Okay.
They're cutting back brush and trees from the roads, and they started with Old National. They've been dragging the dirt and gravel roads when the weather permits. Southwest is currently working on Main Road. We got a proposal from Midland for Ely Road. And Ely Road slip is next to be repaired, and then Scheller. That's the road department report. Solicitor's report.
No report.
Old business. Previously tabled, lease agreements for township building rentals. Any movement?
Yeah, I found out some additional information today, so.
Yeah, we need to review the percentages because I went down and looked today. The downstairs does pay their own utilities. They have
Your own
separate.
electric.
They have their own
Okay.
electric, and they're not on us any whatsoever. So that was
Water?
that was part of the discussion about the rate increases.
They
Was
pay, they pay their own electric, and their heat is electric in the
The
winter.
heat's electric?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they had the bills, and I went down and examined the service, and I could see where it's fed, and it's all on that level, and it's all their meter. They have the bills that match the meter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so.
it's them, it's not, so that makes a difference in, when it's not included in their rent like the upstairs.
I believe there's only one water meter. I think
One
everyone
water
has
meter,
one
yeah.
water.
Water and sewage.
Electric and phone was split down there.
Yeah. The electricity is honestly is the big one.
Mhm.
It's not that.
So we're leaving it on the table then?
Until we do a little more checking on a few more things, yes.
Yeah, we have to reconsider that
If I'm
percentage.
not mistaken, did we have
They
a
are,
sample lease or something, didn't we?
We did, yes,
Yeah.
and they also, we finally got through to New Jersey, and they are going to pay the back rent that they owe.
they never, from the prior year, from the previous board, the increase was never,
Yeah.
neither one caught, but the increase didn't go into effect. So we're actually 2 years behind on increases.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that makes an adjustment on it too, because there's already an increase in place.
Previously tabled the automation stuff for that's for the water.
Yeah, we haven't
I
bid.
make a motion, we lift that off the table.
I second that motion.
How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy? Yes. Vote yes. Doug?
Yes.
Ed?
Yep. Okay, it's on the table.
What do you got?
Since we originally discussed this, TP Automation have changed their name to CW Automation. The cost to do the plant pump station, one cellular gateway, fix the plant blower, the wastegate controls, plant instrumentation, outfall equipment, and the sludge wasting pond is gonna be $25,000.
It would seem to me that that's a complicated enough project. You can't have the people that's applying the bid writing your specifications. We might need to employ, get the engineer to draw specs for this.
Okay.
I think this is all in, this falls under the DEP. They write the specs,
They wrote those specs?
yes.
We have them from the DEP?
Yeah, I had to sit here and answer the lady all the questions.
We have the specs from the
Yes.
DEP? Okay.
We are actually behind on permitting.
We do have something then that we can bid from, on the bid
Yes.
document.
Yes, this is something that is, we are behind. If we had the ability, it'll give them the ability to adjust flow so he can do it from where he is instead of driving down
I
there.
understand the reason for it.
Yes.
We've been talking about for a couple of years.
Yes, well, the problem is now the DEP has come in and they're asking a lot of questions. So we need to get the permits in place. We need to update everything.
Will this come out of the water?
That's the next question, whether we want to pay for it out of Act 13 or out of the water.
Does the water department have the money?
Yes.
How bad does that make the account then?
It's around 90-some thousand right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a hit, but
Not all
It'll
of it.
be fine.
Yeah,
I think we need to bid that then. It's over the bid amount. No question about it.
okay. So we need to advertise for,
We need a
Let's take
motion.
those DEP specs and have them available and advertise for bids.
We need a motion to bid,
Advertise for bids.
advertise for bid for upgrading the water system.
And whoever wrote that bid there is gonna have the opportunity to rebid. Tell them sharpen their pencil.
I'll make a motion, yeah. Do we have a second?
yeah, I second it.
How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy? Yes. I vote yes. Doug?
Yes.
Ed?
Yep. Okay. Occupancy, previously tabled occupancy EIT law changes.
I made a motion to take it off the table.
Second. How do you vote?
What's the purpose of taking it off the table? We're going to,
I'm gonna get rid of it. Oh.
you wanna get rid of it?
I don't have time to research it right now.
You wanna take it off, you wanna get rid of it off the table?
Yeah,
I got you.
wanna take it
I
off
thought
the
you meant
table.
when you wanted
and
to
I'll
read the
come back
ordinance.
to it. Yeah, I just don't wanna, yeah,
Gotcha.
so,
How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy? Yes. I vote yes. Doug?
Yes.
Ed?
Yep. Okay, it's on the table.
So I make a motion that we remove this from the agenda until further research can be done and brought back to the board.
Got a motion?
Seconded.
How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy? Yes. I vote yes. Doug?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Previously tabled item, create a subcommittee consisting of Chief Graham, Chief Yan Kosick, Steve Schultz to evaluate the parking situation in West Alexander, and then direct road crew, direct state approve no parking signs and paint the curbs yellow. I don't remember that being on
Yeah, it was originally, it's
the,
been on there.
you wanna leave it on the table, take it off the table? That's the first question.
You wanna just leave everything there?
Say again?
Just leave everything that's there?
I didn't, still,
Just leave it there.
okay. Previously tabled item, rent increase for the building. We're leaving that on the table. Previously tabled item, redo works week to reflect the contract and build in an extra week.
We'll leave that on the table. I have a couple calls out to some payroll companies to see, as we talked about.
Just do it and switch over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have some, I'm waiting for some bids to come back in from payroll companies.
Okay. New business, heavy hauling permit for Valley View logging on Cunningham and Hicks.
Make a motion.
Are you sure that's where they're at?
That's where they were when this was originally done, yes. They're done.
No longer there, they're on back burner.
Yeah, that's number 7.
So would this be a ratify that? Because they've already been there and gone before the month.
Yeah, do it anyway. Put it
Yeah,
on.
you have to do it.
Yes, I
We
know.
have to do it anyway.
Yeah, so it's a.
Way it's past, way it's been done in the past.
So we
So
need
you're
a
just transferring the money from them to back burner, from Cunningham and Hicks to back burner?
Yes, but they cannot start until the engineer videos are right.
Yeah. The roads were videoed before.
The roads were already videoed on Cunningham and Hicks.
All right, so do we need a motion?
Yes.
Second it.
How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
I vote yes. Doug?
Yes.
Ed?
Yep. Water meter reader.
We got 2 applications and that's it.
Rich doesn't wanna continue doing it, he's not able to.
Well, we were hoping to try to, knowing Rich's
I understand.
sometimes limitations, that would give us backup. And it would also give us somebody,
Well, one thing to keep in mind when we hire somebody, I think we need to establish a policy. I know the previous board did not do it. I'm going to suggest that we have a monthly meter reading every month.
yes, that's the plan going forward.
Because I just had somebody over the weekend told me they have a bill with 59,000 gallons went through their house at one period of time.
53, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and we can't have that happen.
I agree.
All right, so what's the what do you want to do?
I think we should wait.
Have we interviewed any of these
No.
people?
No, because we just finally got a second applicant.
Okay, so we're just gonna,
I think we should just sit on it for another month, just wait till we,
Review it, because I haven't seen them.
I
yeah.
haven't either, and we probably, somebody needs to interview them,
Yes.
right?
I have a question.
Mhm.
Does the township have a policy to, when they read the meter and see that kind of usage, can we direct them to knock on the door and say?
Okay, it turns out
completely-
after asking some questions in Wheeling, there are actually little cards that somebody should have given us access to, that the machine would beep and say, you know, this is an extraordinarily high meter reading, and then you would leave a note on the door that said,
That's-
yes.
Okay,
But when, until we start asking questions, they're like, oh, didn't you know? No,
I
we
went
didn't.
down,
yeah.
I went down to Wheeling and met with them. I got the old book from way back, and she actually had copies of all these things that they hand out. So we have to have those made, we'll have to write a policy, and that will happen, so that way you know you have it.
That there's a problem. And what
Yeah,
we've been
because
doing,
that happened to me years ago, and it wasn't to that extent, but it was
Right.
about a $700 bill, and that's when Tom was still working. I told Tom, if this ever happens, you can just turn it off when you read it.
yeah.
And, you know, and,
Knock on the
but,
door.
And
yeah.
what Sharon's been doing
People
is,
shouldn't find out when they get their bill.
no, and what Sharon's been doing as it comes in and it seems high, she's marking them, and we're sending somebody else to go back out just in case somebody just punched the wrong number, to double check them to make sure everything's okay that way. So
Right.
we've also been double checking that way.
Okay,
Are we gonna table this?
yeah.
I
that's-
think so,
Well,
What?
okay, well, that would go along with what Doug said about because I kind of agree.
he has been doing it every month.
I know, but I just.
We've
to make it
basically
a
told
requirement.
him
Yeah.
we need to do it every month.
So we need a policy for this meter reading, is what we need.
First of all, I'd like to make a motion that we require a meter reading monthly. I don't care if we gotta assign somebody to do it, it need to be done.
I understand that, but do we have to write a policy first?
But we could have a motion directed to be done, huh?
Okay, that's fine. I'll second that motion.
On all meters?
On all meters.
All right, got a motion and a second, how do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
I vote yes, Doug,
Yes.
Ed.
Yeah. So,
Do we want to? So I will make a motion to table the hiring of.
Hiring.
Mhm.
okay. I'll second. How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
I vote yes, Doug,
Yeah.
Ed.
Yep. Okay, return Rosscape's heavy hauling money minus township cost and road bond. They did, I know, I wasn't on the report, but they fulfilled their obligation
Yes.
on
Yes.
Buck Run there.
I move that we return the money, we probably already did, but,
No, it hasn't been done yet.
okay, I'll move that we do it then.
I'll second the motion.
How do you vote?
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
I vote yes, Doug,
Yes.
Ed.
Yep. Summer help.
No one applied.
Well, 4 employees, I'm not sure we need summer help.
Midland Asphalt.
Midland Asphalt has submitted they would have liked to have done this on July 20th, but obviously that only gave us 10 days to figure it out. They would like to repair Ely Road with us providing the stone. It looks like 67.5 tons, 14 tons, and 5 tons. I do not know if that's all the stone it will require or not.
Comes out, if you average it at $23 a ton, it comes out
$23 a
about
ton.
$2 grand. Which that's the 67s is 20, is the
Are they
biggest
gonna-
one, it's 20,
Are they
23.
gonna-
yeah,
They're doing the whole, they're
Will
doing.
that include,
What'd you say, 2 grand?
right around 2 grand.
that before or after we fix the slip?
That's,
Was that after or before?
you mean, then fixing the road?
Yes.
I don't know, that's a Steve
Well-
Schultz question.
Scheduling
I'm
is-
assuming that we'd have to fix,
If the slip-
they only have certain areas that are doing, they're not redoing the whole road.
They're actually not doing that section.
Okay.
So that's
Because-
probably can be
Because
done.
storm damage and everything, we can't hold them liable for, that's right to about Tom's driveway.
Okay, so
It was my understanding,
$2,000 to $3,000 and we
get it.
we can do this without having to take them to court or take them behind the building. Okay, I'm good with that. I don't like it, but I'd like to get the road fixed.
What are they gonna do?
So. they're
What
gonna-
are they proposing to do with it?
Okay, so it says repair area number 1, which is 375 feet by 18 feet.
That's up by
Up on the
Carter's towards Dry Ridge.
Yeah,
So they're gonna reclaim the area using 1,125 gallons of CSS 1H emulsion and 67.5 tons of number 67
adding stone to a 2-inch depth.
Yeah,
Then they're gonna place a coat of prime followed by a double seal coat using some sort of CRS-2PM.
right. That's one.
65 ton?
That's what that says, 67.5 tons. The
How
second
many
one,
feet?
that is 375 feet by 18 feet, so it's 750 square yards.
Tons.
They layer it.
Because they'll have to layer it, I don't.
Well, that's,
How many?
that's $1,200 right there, folks.
That's the
Is that-
worst area.
That's the
That's the
biggest.
worst, yeah.
That's where the sinkholes are.
The second one is to repair area number 2, the pothole repairs. So that's to cut out potholes and place cold mix in cutout areas, double seal coat using CRS 2.
And that's about from the
What
entrance
about
to,
the washboard going up the hill?
So repair area number 3 is 217 feet by 17 feet wide. It's 153 square yards. They're gonna reclaim it using 230 gallons of the CSS1 H emulsion and 14 tons of 67 added stone to a 2-inch depth.
then they're gonna reseal the whole
And
thing.
they're gonna place a coat of primer and followed by a double seal. And the fourth is to reclaim area using area 4, 42 feet by 11.5 feet, which is 53.67 square yards. So they're gonna reclaim it using 81 gallons of CSS 1H emulsions and 5 tons to a 2-inch depth, followed by a coat of primer, followed by a double seal coat. So that's 4 different repairs.
At no cost to us other than the stone.
Than the stone, and in my opinion, there wasn't enough material on the road to do what they did, that's why it failed, but,
They poured it before when they
Yeah.
finished.
yeah,
They poured it a
That's their
second time
fault.
too.
yeah, that's what I mean, but
But
at this point,
The place that went, Ross, you was probably involved, that was all blacktop on that top end years ago. wasn't it? That was all by the blacktop. It wasn't, that wasn't tarred and chipped up there to start with, like part of that road was. That was done years ago, and it was true blacktop, and that's where they got the worst failure. It was actually the best part of the road,
yeah.
and they got the worst failure in it.
Well,
We had
that's-
trouble with the machines breaking down. That's
Yeah,
why they screwed
exactly.
the road up. Their machines kept breaking down. But like you said, there was no reason for that bad place to be in that road, because they ground up blacktop,
Yeah.
which should have made good base again.
That should have been I question even why they would even tear that part of the road
Yeah.
up, it was that good. Is that right? Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, from Carter's, actually from Eddie Stouts to Dry Ridge. They should have never tore that road
Yeah,
up.
that was a matching job, state.
Yeah,
Hey.
but I'm saying, that was the best part of the road, now it's the worst part.
So what do you guys wanna do with, this is where we're at. What's the alternative? If we don't agree to this,
Oh, you have to agree to it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not agreeing with it.
Yeah.
What's it
I'm
gonna
just
cost you
saying that-
litigation if you don't
yeah,
agree to
it
it?
just
Yeah,
goes,
it's kinda
it just
like-
gets a lot uglier, and the road don't get fixed.
this is the best option that we have at this
Yeah.
point
I
for the least,
fully understand that.
for the least amount of money. Steve reviewed it, and he was basically satisfied with it, and I'll take his opinion.
So, do we need a motion to accept the proposal?
Are they going to then send us a contract?
Yes, we have
Yeah, we
to,
did.
we have to get it in writing,
Yes.
triplicate,
Along.
100 copies,
Will we
whatever.
get it, will they give us a bid, a performance bond?
I can ask.
Required.
We would,
I mean, you know.
We
I'm
put that in the
Yeah.
motion.
You say, accept the proposal, details to be worked out in a written agreement to the satisfaction of the solicitor.
Are you gonna at least have somebody watch them this time?
Doing our best.
No,
There is-
somebody needs to be out there watching.
there is a township policy in which that, someone is supposed to oversee the whole entire,
Well, I don't mean show up at 8 o'clock in the morning and then
No.
don't come back till 4 in the afternoon. They need to stay there and see that your stone is actually coming to the site.
I don't know if we go that.
I'm gonna
far.
say we'll be delivering this stone.
Somebody has.
Yeah,
to-
I would assume that we go to the yard and then they would truck it up, we would
Yeah.
truck it up.
I mean, I don't see a problem with having with having Ed stay there all day with him. I mean, it needs to be done. You're correct, I think.
Okay, we got a motion?
Not yet, he just said to me, to accept, you suggested accept proposals,
I'll make a motion, we accept the proposal
he said to the.
Subject to a written agreement.
subject to the written agreement and reviewed by the solicitor.
I'll second that.
How do you vote?
Any question before you? They want you to pay for the stone, or they want you to supply the stone?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Well, I don't,
No, it's
yeah, I
not
don't
the
think,
same
they-
thing.
I don't think they care. If we can steal the stone, they
No,
don't.
what I'm,
for the stone, is what you're saying.
Right, they're not paying for the
They're
stone.
not paying for the stone.
just a thought, all the problems you had with them, you wanna make it iron tight, you don't wanna give them an out. I'm gonna pay for the stone, let them get the stone and that, because the next thing, they'll say, well, you want state approved stone, or if it fails
We
again,
have-
they'll
Well,
say you guys got.
we will control, it will be state
It
approved.
is state approved because everything in the yard now is state
It's already
approved.
bid.
Yeah.
It's
We
state,
can't-
it's bid and state approved stone. There's no ands, ifs, or buts.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying, though, just
Yeah,
trying to,
It's not,
so there's no loopholes for them to try to weasel out of it,
no,
I'm
there's
picking up on
none,
you.
there's none because it's state
if they
approved.
don't do it right.
How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
I vote yes, Gus,
Yes.
Ed.
Yeah. Okay. Approve a holding tank permit for West Alexander Agricultural Association.
Is there a fee with that?
Hmm?
Is there a fee for that?
Yeah, they've already paid it and they have to pay their holding, they have to pay their, escrow money.
Yeah.
Well, in the past, boards have considered not charging the fair.
I understand that, but the $1,000, we're
I'm not
on the
sa-
hook if they don't pump it.
I'm not talking about the bond.
It's already paid.
I'm talking about is there a separate fee for that?
It's already paid.
I understand that. We could refund it.
I don't think the fair paid it, someone else paid it.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to giving it back to them if they come out of their funds, because they benefit everybody here.